You know, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I always am. Wednesday night is now the new night for wrestling during the week. We work all week, we slave all week for other people and make those people, our bosses, our higher-ups, money. We don't have any time to enjoy ourselves. We're always worrying about doing something for someone else. Tonight, Wednesday night, WWE gave back to the fans. And you guys are so inclined to listen to me every time I do a review. You guys are so inclined to hear me bitch and rant and rave and moan and complain. And it's easy to do something like that. For me sitting in this chair in front of this microphone, for you guys listening on iTunes and PODBEAN, or you guys listening on YouTube, it's easy for me to sit here and complain about something and hate on something and be negative about something. It's very easy to do that. When we see something like we seen on Wednesday night, it's very difficult to talk about. It really is. Because I can sit here and talk myself until I'm blue in the face. I will not do anything we seen tonight justice. WWE gave us perfection on Wednesday night. Not only with NXT, which was pretty much an entire block of Finn Balor versus Shinsuke Nakamura, we got the Cruiserweight Classic. Something that I was looking forward to ever since it was announced. I was looking forward to the Cruiserweight Classic for many reasons. Number one, I've always enjoyed the work of someone like a Dean Malenko, an Eddie Guerrero, a Rey Mysterio, a Billy Kidman, a Chris Jericho, a Chris Benoit, Juventud Guerrera, La Parka. I was around during the WCW days. The WCW days when they opened up pay-per-views and Monday Nitro with a Cruiserweight match that was out of this world. I didn't watch WCW because I was always pro WWE. But if there was one thing that I could take away from the WCW days, and I wish Monday Night Raw did it, or they at least tried to do it with Taka Michinoku and guys like that. Scotty 2 Hotty, Brian Christopher. It never got off the ground in WWE. WWE always tried to one-up WCW. Most of the time they did. But with the Cruiserweights, it never really got over in WWE like it did in WCW. WCW was perfect with what they did with the Cruiserweights. The greatest way to start a show is with those guys in the ring. And ever since then, we have been void and absent of matches and performers like that. Now, come to the summer of 2016, WWE is revitalizing what was once a great art in WCW. It was once a great art in the world of professional wrestling, something that everybody looked forward to back during the Monday Night Wars. What WWE did tonight was give back to the fans. And I waited for this tournament, and I waited for this entire series to unfold, because I think we as fans deserve to see talent and in-ring action like this. I think the WWE owes it to themselves to revitalize something that everybody has been craving for years. Cruiserweights, talent. And I commend WWE for going out there and presenting this series the way that they did tonight. I commend WWE for going out there and stepping outside their bubble. We always talk about WWE doing the WWE-like thing. They always do whatever they want inside their own bubble. They don't give a shit about the fans. They don't give a shit about any outside influence. They do what they want because they are the only game in town. Tonight, WWE went outside their bubble. They did something different. They did something that we typically do not see. They did something tonight that we thought we would never see. The Cruiserweight Classic reinvigorated not only the Cruiserweight and that type of performer in that weight class, it gave us hope for the future, and it revitalized us after being so down, depressed, and just downright disappointed about what we're seeing on WWE programming each and every week. I will say this in the most professional way that JD can. Fuck Monday nights. Tuesday is going to be the night to watch. After the draft, I explained this already. Tuesday night is going to be the night to watch. Monday Night Raw is going to be the absolute fucking disappointment of it all after the draft. I'm predicting that right now. And you guys know how I feel about that. I don't want to beat a dead horse. With Mauro Ranallo leading SmackDown and Shane McMahon leading the charge as far as talent goes for SmackDown, and what I can kind of conceive from where WWE is going to place certain superstars on SmackDown compared to Raw, SmackDown is going to be the #1 show. Wednesday nights is the night for us. Wednesday night is the night for us working long hours who want to come home, pop open a cold beer, and fuck everything else around us. Fuck all the other outside problems that we deal with in the real 9 to 5. We come home like I did tonight at 6:30. We make dinner. We pop open a cold beverage, or in my case, since I feel like shit, a hot cup of tea. I don't feel too good, man. And we enjoy professional wrestling. This is the reason why I love professional wrestling. And anybody that watched that program tonight, anybody that watched that 2-hour block of wrestling that we seen tonight with Nakamura and Balor, and then the Cruiserweight Classic, there's no way you can look me straight in the face. There's no way you can look me directly in the eyes and tell me you didn't enjoy what we seen tonight. We were treated to action that we don't ever see on WWE programming during the week. At all. We haven't been treated like this in fucking decades. Tonight, WWE gave back to the fans. And I don't know if this is all Triple H's doing. Obviously, this had to go through Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon okays literally everything that appears on our television when the WWE logo is on our screen. But whoever is in charge of putting this all together, whoever signed the papers, whoever gave the thumbs up and the green light, we owe them a thank you. If what we seen tonight is going to be every single Wednesday up until September, up until we crown a new Cruiserweight champion or a trophy winner, I don't know what the end result is going to be. I can hope for a Cruiserweight championship. I can hope for most of these guys to be signed to NXT. I can hope we get another title such as this on NXT, and the talent that we seen tonight like this on NXT. At least we have something to look forward to on Wednesdays for 2 hours. 2 hours. Up until September. What WWE did tonight with the Cruiserweight Classic was so out of their element that it worked. And I just don't get it. When we watch something like we seen tonight, why isn't what we're seeing tonight on WWE programming? How can you be Vince McMahon and watch and listen and see what you've seen in that ring tonight and not want to incorporate that? At least some of it. I know you have to appease the casuals. I know you have to appease the family-friendly audience. But the sounds and the atmosphere and the in-ring action, how can you look at that and not want that, or at least some of that, on your Raws and your SmackDowns? I just don't get it. It's such a bizarre, it's just a bizarre, out-of-this-world, unbelievable aspect to me. that Vince McMahon doesn't want this on his shows. I mean, take a look at what Mauro Ranallo and Daniel Bryan did tonight. I mean, could you get any better? After listening to Michael Cole and Byron Saxton and JBL and listening to them vomit all over the talent each and every Monday night, not getting the talent over, no knowledge of the product, no knowledge of their past history, no knowledge of their accomplishments. They don't get the talent over. They don't get the match over for us listening at home. Why aren't we seeing this type of interaction and knowledge and commentating on Monday Night Raw? Mauro Ranallo already proved to you in 1 hour. He proved to you in 15 minutes after that fucking opening match that he needs to be on Raw, SmackDown, and he needs to finish this Cruiserweight Classic with his voice in the end declaring the winner. Daniel Bryan, listen, I may be a Daniel Bryan fanboy. Daniel Bryan was removed from WWE too soon. Everybody can agree with me on that. He never tapped his full potential in the WWE. He never got a fair run in the WWE due to injury. Too many aspects derailed him. Now we got Daniel Bryan, and we're fortunate to have Daniel Bryan and his voice and his knowledge and his passion for the product. Next to Mauro Ranallo, you can't get any better than that, man. The entire aspect of what they did and the presentation that they presented to us watching at home and the way it came off on television was absolutely brilliant. WWE, again, I will say this and I will continue to say this through this review, they went out of their element, out of their bubble, and they presented something as if I was watching a major sporting event on ESPN. Height, weight, background, accomplishments by each performer that performed in that ring tonight. We actually got Mauro Ranallo calling wrestling moves. We had Daniel Bryan and his knowledge of every guy in that ring, most of who he was actually in a ring with. You can't get any better than that. Why are these guys not on my television every single week? And I don't want to hear the excuse, oh, it wouldn't be appealing to the casuals. It needs to be appealing to the casuals. The casuals and the family-friendly audience need to be aware and in tune with what professional wrestling is. Tonight is professional wrestling. Fuck your entertainment. I don't watch wrestling to be entertained by fucking silly soap operas and cheesy comedy. I don't. And when I see things like we seen tonight, it only gets me fired up. And it makes me wonder, who really has the best interest of the WWE? Is it Vince McMahon and the fucking vomit and the filth that he shows us every Monday night? Or is it Triple H, who wants to bring these new ideas to the table, who wants to bring this new talent in from around the world to showcase on the grandest stage? Who really wants to make the WWE product better? In my eyes, it's not Vince McMahon. All Vince McMahon cares about is how he's going to get Roman Reigns back on television. Meanwhile, we had someone who was from the Samoan dynasty tonight who actually performed better than Roman Reigns did in his 3 years on WWE's main roster. So what's the appeal with WWE and the casuals and the family-friendly? Tonight made us proud to be a wrestling fan. Everything about that Cruiserweight Classic in 1 hour completely erased every fucking bad element that I've seen in the last month with WWE and Monday Night Raw. We got lost for 1 hour tonight. I got lost for 1 hour tonight, and I don't want to come back. I wish I remained lost. I could have watched that entire tournament unfold tonight. That's how much I wanted to see it continue. Absolutely unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Wednesday night is your new night for wrestling, at least until September. Fuck a Monday. Fuck a Tuesday. Though I will be more excited about Tuesday because I feel we're going to get NXT Light. And to hear the sweet, luscious, beautiful tones of Mauro Ranallo's voice. And him actually calling what is in the fucking ring. And not Michael Cole and JBL holding up fucking postcards for WWE. $9.99 for the network. Or them bantering about fucking God knows what. Something that's not even happening in the ring. I don't know whether JBL is a heel one week or a face the next week. How many more botches is Michael Cole going to make on commentary? He's about even with Dana Brooke in the last couple of weeks. Byron Saxton, what is he? He's nothing but a fucking pretty face in a suit with a nice smile. Nothing. What we've seen tonight needs to be taken from its element and given to us on Monday Night Raw. The Cruiserweight Classic is here. The Cruiserweight Classic is going to fucking thrill, excite, and it's going to bring us, wrestling fans, and the passion that we have, the passion that we know we have, that's fucking hiding away, dormant on Monday nights. That passion that lives within us, inside us, that doesn't want to come out on Monday nights because it's too fucking embarrassed. That passion that lives inside us will want to come out on Wednesdays. It wants to rear its ugly head, and it wants to smile. We want to be entertained. Not by fucking Breezango, not by the social outcasts, not by fucking food fights, not by God knows what on Monday Night Raw. Kane and Big Show in fucking main events. We want wrestling. We want people calling the wrestling who know wrestling. That's all we want. That is all we want. And that's my fucking review of the Cruiserweight Classic. That's my opening first impressions of the Cruiserweight Classic. Now let's go over the fucking show. Because this show was absolutely unbelievable. Now, the reason why I couldn't wait for the Cruiserweight Classic is because, number one, don't call me a noob. Okay? I have no idea who any of these guys are outside of Ibushi. I know who Ibushi is. I know of Kota Ibushi. I've never seen Kota Ibushi in the ring. I do not watch New Japan. Don't jump on me. Don't jump down my throat. I'm a WWE mark. I admit that. This is a WWE-dominated channel. Okay? I work long hours. I don't mean to use that as an excuse, but all I have time for is NXT and WWE. If I dedicated my time to Ring of Honor and TNA and Lucha Underground and New Japan, I would have no time for myself. I barely have time to fucking do my YouTube, work, do my gaming, and then sleep. I am so sleep deprived. If I watched New Japan and I watched Kota Ibushi and the likes of him and others, I would have no sleep. So this is a great way for me to realize who these guys are. And that's fine. That's fine by me. You know? That's fantastic that some of you guys know their history and know their backstory going into this. That's great for you guys. You know what to expect from these guys. You get to see them do what they do so great on a grander stage. Me? It's exciting for me just as it's excited for you guys, or exciting for you guys, because this is the first time I'm going to be able to see these guys in their element, do what they do so great. So we put that out there, okay? Now, the opening match of the Cruiserweight Classic, we seen Alejandro Saiz, I believe that's the way you pronounce his name, versus Gran Metalik. Now, I knew going into this that Gran Metalik was going to be a favorite. I was listening to the Solid Monster today, or the remainder of his podcast from Sunday, and he gave me a nice piece of information, or his listeners a nice piece of information, that Gran Metalik came at the recommendation of Finn Balor. So as soon as I heard that, I knew Gran Metalik was going to at least go on to the next round. I don't know how far he's going to go in this tournament, but he did end up getting the win over Alejandro Saiz in 4 minutes and 5 seconds. This match was your prototypical cruiserweight match. There's no question about it. You know, flips, dives, acrobatic, luchador style match. Alejandro Sais, you know, I don't know if he's going to get signed by WWE. Gran Metalik, being that he's got a great luchador background, I believe he might be signed by WWE. WWE will sign at least one luchador after this thing is said and done. Gran Metalik wins with a Samoan driver, 4 minutes and 5 seconds. Great way to open the show. The next match, we seen Arya Daivari versus Ho Ho Lun. Now, going into this, I didn't know much of either of these guys. The only thing that I knew is that Daivari, or Arya Daivari, was related to WWE alum Daivari, who managed the great Khali and was a cruiserweight himself. Daivari here, Arya Daivari, I really like his look. And I thought going into this that he was going to win. But in the end, Ho Ho Lun actually came out on top. 5 minutes and 7 seconds with a German suplex. Now, the crowd was clearly behind Ho Ho Lun. You know, I didn't think Ho Ho Lun had a chance just based on his look. Going into this, my mentality is with the WWE that they're going to sign people, or they're going to sign superstars in this tournament that have personality. To me, Ho Ho Lun had no personality. He might be great at what he does, and he might be great from where he comes from, but to me, Arya Daivari had the lineage, and he played to the crowd very well, and he has a great look. He played a great heel in this match for 5 minutes. Ho Ho Lun, you know, crowd was clearly behind him. They were chanting Ho Ho, Ho Ho Lun, or whatever the fuck they were chanting. They were doing Ho Ho, I believe, to Sami Zayn Olay chant. That's how fucking over this guy was. It was nice to see, and it's nice to see someone like that get over with the crowd so soon, but I thought it was going to go the other way. But Ho Ho Lun pulls out what I think is an upset here, because I thought Daivari had all the makings for at least a first round win here. So Ho Ho Lun wins with the German suplex. And before the match, one thing I forgot to mention. Before each match, the referee forces the competitors to shake hands. I like that. I like that. Daivari playing the heel role did not shake Ho Ho Lun's hand. So I like that aspect of Daivari. Daivari will be signed by WWE. When all is said and done, I think Daivari will be signed by WWE. In fact, Ho Ho Lun might be signed to WWE as well, just based off the reaction that he got tonight. And I'm assuming the rest of the tournament is going to be the same thing for Ho Ho Lun. I think he's going to be a big crowd favorite. He's going to be one of them Cinderella stories in the Cruiserweight Classic. We had Clement Petois. I don't know if I pronounced that right. I forgot how Mauro Ranallo so eloquently pronounced his name. Versus Cedric Alexander. Now, these two guys, and I said this on Twitter, these guys went 6 minutes. And both guys, to me, are getting signed by WWE. This is something I will talk about if you guys want me to review this weekly. I will say who I think is not being signed and who I think will be signed. Both guys here will be signed. Clement has a great look. He's got the look that WWE wants. And he had a nice heel persona in this match. Cedric Alexander, athletic as fuck, man. First thing that came to my mind was Shelton Benjamin. He moves like Shelton Benjamin does in the ring. To me, this match had the perfect mix of cruiserweight and ground-based WWE style. These guys did it all. It was the perfect mixture of what a cruiserweight match should be. Cedric Alexander was my pick going into this, and he actually ended up winning with a lumbar check, which looks fucking beautiful. 6 minutes and 1 second. He beat Clement Petois here in the first round of the Cruiserweight Classic. And like I said, both guys are getting signed. For the most of the match, Clement beat down Cedric Alexander. Cedric Alexander made a nice comeback at the end. Clement had a huge lariat clothesline that turned Cedric Alexander inside out. Everybody thought that was it. And then he comes back with a lumbar check to beat him at 6 minutes and 1 second. Cedric Alexander is going to go on to fight the winner of the next match. And let me tell you something, man. The way WWE is handling this tournament and the way they're spacing these matches out for the 1 hour block that they got, they're putting on the best match last. The best match of each block. And this was fucking great. We had Sean Maluta versus Kota Ibushi. Now, Sean Maluta is of the Samoan dynasty, related to Alpha. You know, he's got lineage to the Usos and Roman Reigns. We all know Kota Ibushi from New Japan Pro Wrestling. This is literally the first time I've seen Kota Ibushi fully in action for 10 minutes. I don't watch New Japan, and I knew of him, and I knew what he was about. I just never seen what he was capable of in the ring, and I never pieced all of that together. Tonight, obviously, we've seen who probably will win this entire tournament. Kota Ibushi wins with a sit-out powerbomb. And you thought Apollo Crews had a sit-down powerbomb or a sit-out powerbomb. Fucking Christ, that powerbomb was absolutely gorgeous. People say Nakamura's got the best fucking kicks in WWE. Fucking no way. Kota Ibushi and Daniel Bryan played it up before the match even started. In fact, the first move of the match was Kota Ibushi almost leveling Mulata's leg, bringing him down to one knee. He kicked him so fucking hard. Daniel Bryan played up that Kota Ibushi's feet and his legs were the most powerful in the wrestling industry. He could fucking level a giant with the way he kicks. And that's exactly how they built this match. Sean Mulata, let me tell you something about this guy, man. Better than Roman Reigns in the ring, I'll tell you that. Much more impressive than Roman Reigns. But Sean Mulata, both him and Kota Ibushi will be signed. No question. Mulata's got a nice look. Mulata's got a nice in-ring style. Kota Ibushi, I don't even need to go over it. Why WWE's going to sign this. He's already signed to WWE. So whatever they do with him following this tournament, he's going to be the face of a Cruiserweight division if there is one. But these two styles gelled so well. So well. We've seen it all. It was just like the Cedric Alexander-Clement Petois match. It was a nice, perfect mixture of what a Cruiserweight match should be. High-flying, power, physicality. This is the type of Cruiserweight match that I like. And in the end of it all, the sit-out powerbomb wins it in the end for Kota Ibushi. Now, Mulata took risks in this match, and I like the story that they told, that Mulata, or Maluta, Mulata. Mulata. Sounds like a fucking beverage you go fucking buy at the bar. Mulata. Sean Maluta. I like the story that they played up with him, that he was going to take any risk necessary. If there was an opening for a risk, he was going to take it because he knew how dangerous Kota Ibushi was. He knew he had to take every chance that he could to finish off Ibushi because it was going to be a tough challenge. And I like that they played up that aspect. So much that this guy flipped over the top rope fucking 5 minutes in, and I thought he was going to literally kill himself. He did one of them fucking topes over the top rope, and his feet, when he flipped, hit the apron, and he almost fucking fell back and broke his neck. Luckily, he recovered as he bounced off the apron and still got some of the move on Ibushi. That's all I will say about that. But Ibushi, the kicks, the fucking way he sold. I think Maluta did a codebreaker type maneuver in the match. The way Ibushi sold that, bounced back, landed on his fucking neck, and then rolled out of the ring. Ibushi showing you his athleticism. Springboard dives off the fucking second rope on the outside. The kicks. The fucking power. The way he plays up to the crowd. This guy is going to be an absolute superstar in WWE. He's the winner of this tournament. Who he goes up against, I'm probably going with Zack Sabre Jr. It's going to be Ibushi and Sabre Jr. in the finals. That's my prediction. But in the end here, we've seen Kota Ibushi win. Great fucking match between these two guys. Great way to end the show. Went nearly 10 minutes. And the Cruiserweight Classic, man, is off to an absolutely sizzling start right here on the WWE Network. Gran Metalik versus Alejandro Sais. Samoan Driver, he wins. Ho-Ho Loon versus Arya Davari. German suplex. Ho-Ho Loon goes on to the next round. Cedric Alexander, one of my favorites in the tournament so far. beat Clement Petois with a lumbar check, and Kota Ibushi beat Sean Maluda with a sit-out powerbomb to win in the main event of tonight's Cruiserweight Classic. There's absolutely nothing I could say that would take away from this show. Nothing. Absolutely 2 thumbs up. Unbelievable fucking night for WWE fans. Now, the other thing we've seen tonight, which I'm not going to spend too much time on because it was a predetermined outcome. We knew what was going to happen. The Cruiserweight tournament's going to be a predetermined outcome as well, but I don't know the winners. I don't think any of us know the winners. I don't know how WWE kept that secret at all, unless there is spoilers out there, which I do not want to know at all. I don't know if there's spoilers or not. But as far as NXT goes, NXT was a one-match show, man. It was 2 men, 1 night, and they were given close to 30 minutes. The rest was fucking a Samoa Joe promo and commercials and fucking advertisements for Battleground and WWE Network and whatever else they got going on with NXT next week. Samoa Joe came out. I will say this very quickly, and this is a exclamation point on how Samoa Joe, to me, is in the WWE. He is the best heel in the WWE. If not, he's probably one of the best promos in WWE as well. Unbelievable for Samoa Joe. He says that a lot of people were tuning in tonight, including him, to see Balor versus Nakamura. He finds that it's disrespectful that both men seem to think that whoever wins will be a contender to his WWE NXT Championship. Some people think that Balor will win and get his title back. Some people think that Nakamura will get his moment in the sun and continue momentum and get a title shot against Samoa Joe. Joe says that he brought strong style to North America first, and he will make the king of strong style bow. This brings out Rhino. Rhino challenges Samoa Joe, and that is actually booked for next week. Samoa Joe versus Rhino. On top of that, Bayley versus Nia Jax, which I'm assuming will be a number 1 contender match for Asuka's NXT Women's Championship. That's happening next week. And then we're getting American Alpha versus the Authors of Pain with Paul Ellering next week. So it's looking up, or shaping up, I should say, to be a great week of NXT. But this Balor-Nakamura match, man, let me tell you something. I'm not going to go over what happened in the match. It was fucking great, okay? I can picture this on a grand scale. A takeover, it would have been even better with the crowd. Full Sail did a great job. It would have been amped up times fucking 50 if it was at a takeover event. These guys, Graves and Phillips, said that this could headline any takeover event from here till whenever. Fuck a takeover, this could headline a fucking WrestleMania. That's how great this match was. I can definitely picture these two on the main roster doing the same thing. Fighting for a WWE Championship. For everybody that says Finn Balor is boring, you are a fucking retard. Okay? I don't know where you come off saying he's boring, that he's all fluff, that he's all entrance and nothing else. Finn Balor proves to you not only that he's great in the fucking ring, he's great at what he does, he's so fucking smooth and fluid. I don't know where you people come off saying that he's not great. And this is me not talking as a fanboy because I enjoy Finn Balor's work in WWE. I mean, what else is going on in WWE that you would consider better than Finn Balor? What? There's not much. Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, okay. But where did those guys come from? The same place that fucking Finn Balor came from. So what makes them so much better than Finn Balor in your eyes? Finn Balor is the John Cena of the next generation. This guy is the face of the WWE. This guy is one of the brightest fucking pieces to the future of this company. So get used to it. Get used to it. This was a send home for Finn Balor. Finn Balor is going to be on the main roster. No question. Whether it's the draft or before SummerSlam or after SummerSlam, this was a send-off for Finn Balor. He will probably be in the draft. I don't see Finn Balor playing into any storylines going forward. That's it. He lost. Nakamura beat him. 2 Kinshasas. One which he kicked out of, which a lot of people on Twitter told me not to be too concerned with because a lot of Nakamura's matches took 2 Kinshasas. So I'm not too upset over that because normally when someone does a finisher like that, especially a finisher that's protected, it should be, that's it. 1, 2, 3, it's over. And that's probably Joe texting me. But with Nakamura winning tonight, this definitely proves that not only he's going to be the king of NXT, Not only is he going to have a bright future in WWE, but he's going to be the next NXT champion. It's going to be Nakamura and Joe at TakeOver. No question. Something that I predicted for months now. Well before this match was even announced. Then they gave it to us on NXT. And there you have it. And I mentioned that I'm going to have a huge prediction for you guys. I mentioned it on Twitter. It's not Balor going to WWE or the draft. I assume that's going to be. I won't be surprised if they keep him off the draft, because we've been hearing rumors of him being promoted for months now. But he's never shown face yet. So he could be there, he could not be there. I'm not going to be disappointed if he's not there. I'll be fucking excited if he is there, especially if he goes to SmackDown. Because I don't want Michael Cole calling his matches. But my prediction is this. Everybody talks about Brock Lesnar and how he hasn't really lost. He lost to The Undertaker, but it was in a screw job type fashion. They worked their way around that, and then Lesnar got his revenge at Hell in a Cell. Lesnar really hasn't lost any matches in his current run in WWE. Now, I don't know if this is going to be his final run in WWE. I don't know if he's going to resign again. Correction on what I've been saying. His contract is not up next year for 33. His contract will go through WrestleMania 34. By that time, Nakamura is going to be on the main roster. No doubt in my mind, Nakamura will be on the main roster. Everybody's saying, who's Brock Lesnar going to lose to? Because the one guy, if they keep Brock Lesnar undefeated, which they should, because he's a UFC fucking fighter. You're not going to beat a UFC fighter, right? He took the Undertaker streak. They gave it to Lesnar. He goes in the fucking octagon at UFC 200, easily disposes of Mark Hunt, reportedly makes $8.5 million for one fucking fight. He'll be back in the UFC, and he will continue to fight for UFC. Because is Vince McMahon going to say no to Brock Lesnar? Of course not. Of course not. But you keep Brock Lesnar undefeated up until his very last day in the WWE. Who do you have him lose to? Who do you have him put over in WWE on his way out? I'm making a bold prediction right now that Brock Lesnar's last match in WWE will be to put over Shinsuke Nakamura. Whether it's at WrestleMania or a SummerSlam or whatever. Should be at a WrestleMania. Nakamura getting the Kinshasa on Brock Lesnar and pinning him 1, 2, 3 will not only solidify his stay in the WWE, Brock Lesnar would have done his job for the past fucking 5 years. And Shinsuke Nakamura becomes an instant WWE superstar, like he so rightfully deserves. That is my prediction, because I can see that happening. There is nobody else on the main roster or in NXT right now that would even come close to being believable. Nakamura, being that they already went one-on-one, which I have not seen. I know that they have fought. That would be the best way for Brock Lesnar to go out. One-on-one with Nakamura, Kinshasa, put him over. Instant fucking superstar. Especially for someone like Nakamura, who will need something like that on the main roster to be in front of that type of audience. To make them believe that this guy is the real fucking deal. That's my review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that thumbs up. I'm sweating my balls off. I got to get ready for Out of Nowhere. Thank you guys so much for listening to me. I'll be back with some more great WWE news. I got a lot of news coming up for Off the Script. If you missed anything that I did previously this week, links will be down below. I got a ton of video game stuff. I got a SmackDown video about the new general manager. It's actually Daniel Bryan. People talking about Eric Bischoff. Bischoff might still very well be the commissioner or the general manager for Monday Night Raw, but Daniel Bryan more than likely will be named the general manager of SmackDown. I did a video on that. Make sure you guys go check that out, as well as everything else that I did previously this week. Thank you guys for listening. Hit that thumbs up if you did enjoy, and I'll see you guys right back here for more great WWE news. I'll talk to you guys later.